Hi, I'm Steve, the Introverted Traveler. I've made it my mission in life to explore the beaches, deserts, mountains, and even cityscapes around us, and to do so while avoiding contact with as many people as possible. And although I will never hang out with you for any reason, I do invite you to join me on my journey. Come and see the world through the eyes of an extreme introvert. On this edition, we are hiking along the Pioneer Express Trail between Granite Bay and Auburn, California. Along the way, we will see the beauty of Folsom Lake, walk through grassy fields, move through dense forests, and then try desperately to avoid the awfulness that is the party boat.
The party boat decided for whatever reason to blast Baby Shark. Yeah, that Baby Shark.
This and much more on this Introverted Travels.
Greetings. Once again, we're back on yet another adventure, and this one's weird. So I'm hiking the Pioneer Express Trail today. Yeah, can't talk already. Which is about a 15-mile trail from Lake Folsom State Park here in the Roseville, California area, actually Granite Bay, California area. So very close to my house, only about half an hour. Goes up to Auburn, California, which we've done before. We've trying to remember if I posted those videos. No, you haven't seen those yet, but I did them, and they will eventually post, you know, when the apocalypse happens, or, you know, or the invention of AI, or what have you. Sometime in the far distant future, you'll get the videos that I made like a year ago. But we are hiking up today to just a state recreation area up in Auburn. But the problem is the trailhead here at Lake Folsom, the start of the trail, the start of the hike, the road was closed to it, and part of it's underwater. So I had to actually I've already completed about a mile and a half extra just to get to the trailhead. And now I'm wandering through the woods on a side trail, trying to cut around the part of the trail that's underwater. Now, am I on the right path? I have no idea. All trails is a complete ass when it comes to navigating off the trail. Not only does it send you all sorts of warning messages, it keeps wanting to put me on the other side of the lake for some reason. But the good thing about this adventure, because the road up here is closed, this is a long, long hike. It's gonna be about 83 or 4 today. Sunny. Not a lot of people. Unfortunately, there's mountain bikers, and you know how much I love mountain bikers, but not a whole ton of people today. It's quiet so far. Now watch, there's gonna be some sort of race. And actually, this is the route of the American River 50, or used to be, years ago at least. I don't know if it still is, which is a foot race. It's a 50-miler from Sacramento up to Auburn. Please don't let it be today. I don't see any runners out here. I don't see anybody out here. It's nice, it's quiet, there's solitude, and I'm happy, as happy as I ever am. Now, having said that out loud, watch, there's gonna be a race, there's gonna be, like, you know, people everywhere, there's gonna be a birthday party, a quinceañera, whatever. There's gonna be something out here on the lake, and it's gonna completely ruin my solitude and, you know, force me into utter misery like usual. But pending that, this is what we're doing today. If I find my way to the proper trail, right now, again, I'm wandering through the woods, so I'll keep you posted. But yeah, it's gonna be an adventurous video. There may or may not be a lot of complaining today, depending on how this goes. So let's get lost together. Let's go. So just to let you know, so the trailhead was over here where my thumb is. I'm over here because, as you can see by the blue, the first part of the trail went through the lake. The levels this year are very, very high. They're not usually this high. See, we're usually in drought conditions, but not so much this year. So I'm over here. It looks like I'm headed, well, the arrow's all screwy, but I'm headed up here to the green, so I'm gonna meet the trail. As long as I keep straight on this particular path. It's beautiful, flower covered path. It's amazing that it's covered in flowers because we're at the end of June and usually our wildflowers are long dead by now. So, quite the adventure, folks. All right, challenge 1 has been completed. I have made it back right there to the All Trails map. We have worked around the water on the trail and still out here by myself. So I've worked around the people. There were a bunch of freaking bikers over there. And I don't mean the cool bikers with the leather and the motorcycles. I mean the spandex wearing weirdos that block traffic and cause havoc all the time. So there were a bunch of them, but they're back there. And I'm out here. And I will say, I am not a fan of the area where I live. I absolutely despise it here, and I am planning to move as soon as I can economically. However, I will say this isn't bad. This is prettier than it usually is. We're having a very strange summer so far, and I am filming this at the end of June of 2023. More than likely, it will premiere in June of 2027 or something like that, given my rate of editing. But this isn't bad. It's just very pretty out here today. And I'm very happy. Let's see. We have a trail sign over here. This is the Los Lagos Trail, so that's not the one I want to go on. I'll consult the map to make sure I'm going the right way, but I believe it's over here. And yeah, look at this. We got flowers on bushes. We got bees on bushes. There's a bee doing its bee thing. I'm spreading pollen everywhere, which is really just flower semen. So yeah. It's a good start to an adventure. So far, I found where I'm supposed to be. There are very few people. What disaster is about to happen? I'm actually kind of happy this morning. So what's going to happen? Is there going to be an asteroid strike? Is there going to be a bounce house and a birthday party coming out? Something awful is going to happen because I'm happy, and the universe doesn't allow me to be happy. You know, lukewarm sometimes, but not actually happy. So. Yeah, pins and needles. Well, that's an ominous sign. I can't pronounce anything, but that was some sort of large vulture. Wasn't circling. I scared it away. It's soaring over there, which they seem to be circling. So there's probably a dead thing. Whenever you see scavenger birds circle, it's either a dead thing or they're following me on a hike just waiting. Wouldn't surprise me if that's exactly what's happening. They're like, ooh, look at that big thing. All it has to do is collapse and we'll get it. Yeah, no. At least I hope no. I mean, this is not one of the more dangerous hikes that I have planned for the next few weeks. This is a long hike, but it's, you know, an easy, it's rated as a hard hike, but it's not meant to be a death-defying hike. But the vultures are already circling me. That could be a bad sign, folks, but that's okay. I'm gonna keep going, and if I have to, I can bite them. They come at me and just argh. I mean, I'm a vegetarian, I'll spit them out, but still, that's how you defend. When you're so slow, the vultures think you're dead and they start circling you. Oh, that's lovely. I don't know if the GoPro picked up that sign, or is picking up that sign, but it says meat grinder. So apparently, I'm in the meat grinder. Now, mind you, I'm a vegetarian, so I don't normally hang out around meat or any, anything that requires a nickname that involves meat or meat grinding. I'm usually not in, but today, we're in the meat grinder. I don't know what that means. So far, this has been a pretty standard hike. We don't have a high elevation around here, so I have a feeling that people just feel that going uphill is difficult, and I guess it is, but I'm at the point, I've been hiking literally almost every weekend for about a year, and something called meat grinder does not disturb me at all. In fact, I'm like, hey, meat grinder, let's go see what's happening. Let's grind my meat. Of course, that's a lot of meat to grind, but we're gonna go ahead. We're gonna go up the meat grinder. We're gonna see what the meat grinder is all about. It looks like it's a winding path, as you can see. But I don't know. Compared to what I have planned for the rest of the summer, this is gonna be a cakewalk. But let's go get our meat grinded, and that doesn't sound right, but let's just go. Okay, so I'm a little ways into what they were calling the meat grinder region of this trail. And to be honest, I don't really feel ground. I feel like, again, it's just a standard trail. I mean, it's not a super easy trail, but it's not, yeah, no meat was ground out here today, you know, until I fall off the trail and smash my face on something. But no, so it's pretty simple. We're at the lake still. Yeah, not the prettiest part of the lake, but there's motorboats all over the place. People, you know, spewing crap into the atmosphere to continuously destroy the planet, because that's what apparently humans do. But yeah, no, meat has so far been ungrounded out here. So I don't know who named that trail, but yeah, no meat grinding. So here's an update. I just ate lunch, which consisted of trail mix, because I have a camera backpack and I can barely carry anything other than, you know, camera equipment. But yeah, the status of this trail, there's no one here. I saw one couple and a dog at the beginning of the trail near the trailhead. Since then, I've seen fishermen, I've seen boats, but nobody actually on the trail, except for me. It's not extraordinarily hot. It's actually breezy at the moment, probably in the 70s. And it's a little afternoon, and I'm probably a little like 3 miles in or so. I'm going like a turtle because, yeah. But no, it's been great. It's been quiet. There's been solitude. It's been pretty beautiful, according to Northern California standards at least. So it's been nice. It's not the beach. It's not, you know, the forests of Oregon, but it's, for what it is, dry Central Valley of middle of California, Northern California. It's passable today. So I'm finding some beauty out here. I'm finding solitude out here. And this is what happens when there's no people. When people are gone, life is good. When people exist, life sucks. Well, there we are, Pioneer Express Trail, which I thought I was already on, but apparently I wasn't. I don't know, but Pioneer, oh, I guess I was. So, I'm in Placer County now, well, that's good. Pioneer Express Trail, State Park Hiking Equestrian. I've been hiking for like 6 miles today, and I can't talk. All right, so 0.2 miles. Oh, there's potable water in the other direction, but I have water on me, so I should be okay. But okay, so we're on the right track. I always worry sometimes that I'm off trails, or worse, that I'm actually following the All Trails map, because we know how much those suck. But yeah, no, I'm right on target. Yeah, we're doing good. Not dead yet, folks. Not dead yet. Oh yes, we have officially reached the I hate humanity part of the trail. The trail itself has been fine. I saw a couple people with horses, but aside from that, you know, I can deal with that. I mean, they're people, but they're horses, and horses are cute. So, however, over on the lake, which you can't see because it's beyond this bush, but on the lake, I'm hearing huge loud motors, loud, angry, violent rap music, not like Snoop Dogg or anything like that. I mean, that stuff's pretty chill. No, I'm hearing like, rah, 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 you know, that's an exact quote. And just loud motors and geez, people are assholes. I mean, seriously, do you have to bring every diesel chugging engine out on the water and just spread your noise and pollution everywhere? Can't you be quiet? Can't you come out and enjoy nature? Why do humans insist on being complete asshats about everything? Oh, it's my freedom. Shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. Your freedom should not include hurting the balance of nature around you, because that hurts everybody. But the state allows it, the government allows it, and so instead we get loud ass, you know, polluting motorboats and jet skis and everything else, while I'm out here trying to enjoy my solitude on a relatively people-free trail on a relatively okay day. I mean, it is a little warm, it's about 80 degrees, but still not bad, except for the asshats on motorboats. Humanity always finds a way to irritate me at some level, always. It's just constant. Planet of the dogs, folks. That is the only solution. Planet of the frickin' dogs. Oh yes, there they are. Remember my rant against cruise ships? I have a similar one against speedboats. I won't go into it other than to say, when you're trying to overcompensate for life's shortcomings, at least the shortcomings that you have, you go out and buy a speedboat. And there it is, in full display. Loud, obnoxious, and polluting. Really, that quote, loud, obnoxious, and polluting, could just, you know, encompass all of humanity, because that's what people are, loud, obnoxious, and polluting. They like to think of themselves as special and, you know, heaven sent and blah, 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 but no, they're just really obnoxious, you know, primates. That's what humans are. Ridiculous creatures. All right, so there's where I am, and it looks like we are just about out of lake. So in a couple of minutes, well, actually probably more like a couple of hours with my speed, but in a little while we will be hitting the river, which is the something fork of the American River. I'm not sure which fork goes into Lake Folsom, or if all of them do, but we've seen, I believe, we've definitely seen the North Fork of the river in these videos before, because that's where the Stevens Trail goes next to, or goes around. I'm bad grammar right now, folks, and that even saying I'm bad grammar is bad grammar. I'm about 7 miles in, actually probably more, about 8.5 miles in. So speech go bye-bye. But yeah, basically what I'm saying is we're at the top of the lake. We're going to be going along the river that flows into the lake, and then that is the last section. So I read online that this was an 18-mile hike, but All Trails says it's about 14, almost 15. I'm going to actually go with All Trails just by eyeballing where I am and where I am on the map and how, you know, how far away it looks. So it looks like I'm about halfway there, maybe, you know, a little under, which puts me on par for about 15 miles. So still nice out here. The birds are screaming. I'm about to get away from Motorboat Central, and there's still hardly any people. I've seen a few here and there, but so far, not bad. So, okay, here's what I'm noticing. The All Trails map, I always use the satellite version, and it has this part of the trail as being way far away from the lake. Well, as you can see, we're not that far away. We're like 10 feet from the lake. Well, what that is, of course, is the L Trails map is using the satellite from probably a year or two ago, who knows how long ago, when we were still in a drought, which it's debatable whether we're still in a drought or headed back into a drought or what have you. But yeah, so there was some drastic water reduction on this lake. And now, well, this has actually been a pretty nice hike overall. It's warm. This would probably be better about a month ago, or maybe even a month and a half ago when everything was still green, but the lake is right there. If it wasn't for all those damn jet skis and, you know, humanity in general, this lake would be beautiful and nice and peaceful and quiet, but instead we have, you know, thunder down under going on over there. But yeah, so that map is a reflection of the drought conditions that we are no longer experiencing here, at least at the very moment. I don't know if we will go back into it. Apparently we're in an El Nino, so who knows what that means for us at the moment, but yeah, lake, water, right next to the hiking trail. That's pretty cool. Well, we're apparently at something called Rattlesnake Bar, Assembly area. You'd be surprised how many things in Northern California are named after rattlesnakes. I mean, they're all over the place and they're scary as hell, but I have never liked going to any place called Rattlesnake Bar because it just sounds like you're gonna die there. I mean, it just sounds dangerous. But I'm in rattlesnake country and I'm almost 8 miles in, so I'm doing okay. It's getting hot, but of course it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, maybe a little bit later. I haven't looked at the clock lately. I'm hearing hooting and hollering over on the lake. Freaking people. But at least they're maintaining over there and not over here. That's, you know, something. But yeah, Rattlesnake Bar, that's where I am. Something called Rattlesnake Bar. And it says that I am, let's see, I'm 9.8 miles from the Auburn staging area. I certainly hope that that is not where the end of the trail is for the L Trails. I don't think it is. I'm gonna go again off of All Trails' estimate, and it's looking like that estimate is probably correct because I'm about halfway finished or so. So let's keep going and hope that, you know, the Rattlesnake Bar doesn't, you know, rattlesnake me. I'm tired. Let's go. Here's another update. I just faced the most horrific thing that any human being on the face of this planet could ever encounter. There was a party boat out on the lake. Of course, you see more boats over there. We're just about out of the lake area and we're headed towards the river now. But the party boat decided, for whatever reason, to blast Baby Shark. Yeah, that Baby Shark, which caused the teenagers behind me, the 10-year-olds, whatever, to start singing Baby Shark. It was a hell I never thought I'd have to encounter, folks. And they played the whole song too. Every bit of it. The horror. The horror. All right, here we go. Mountain lions are important members of the natural community and may be found in this area. Although these animals are seldom seen, they are unpredictable and have been known to attack without warning. Oh, sounds like when I was raising my son, so, you know. Keep children close, as mountain lions lions seem to be especially drawn to them. Well, of course, easy pickings. Avoid hiking alone. Oh, I'm boned. Check this out. Okay, warning, water may be discharged in this area. Any instant, it's extremely dangerous, keep away. Pacific Gas and Electric, which as a company has a very bad track record, so check this out. We got water here. This is the river flowing into the lake, and it is raging on this side. And of course the bridge I'm stepping on is creaking and cracking. So I think I'll go ahead and take my chances with the mountain lion. All right, so here's what's up. I'm almost at mile 12. I'm actually 11.5, but you know what? Let's round up. I'm tired. My back hurts. There's boats all over this place, so I don't feel like I'm actually hiking alone at the moment. So, yeah, that's where we are. There's been nobody on the trail in the last couple of miles. They've all been on the lake, and I'm like literally right next to the lake. So, I'm gonna count that as people, and that of course will go against the rating of this trail at the end of the video, because I'm a stickler for the rules. But right now, as I record this, I am super tired. This hasn't been a strenuous hike, so it hasn't been a lot of uphills, but it's a long hike. It's a very, very long hike, and it's hot, and I'm running out of water, and blah, 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 but I'm almost done. I'm a professional, folks. A professional jackass that comes out of the middle of nowhere and fumbles around. So I kind of sort of know what I'm doing, and I think I can finish this. I've reached that point in the hike in which it is taking forever. I'm at mile 13 or so, still at the lake, technically. I think the last couple miles is going to be the river. I'm a mushy mouth. I'm thirsty. I'm out of water at this point, but I'm almost there. And I can't film. Apparently I'm filming all the wrong angles. Actually, I was literally walking and filming the trail, and I just kind of dazed off and forgot I was filming, and next thing I know, the camera's like pointed in just space. So that's how I am. How are you? There's the lake down there. We're at the very edge of the lake. This is where the river is about to meet the lake, or something like that. I don't know. But I'm tired, I'm punchy, and I'm tired of hearing boats, but I think all the boats are pretty much behind me, so at least I hope. So I'm going to try to get through the next 2 or 3 miles, however long it is. I'm going to try not to die, try not to thirst to death or die of dehydration or whatever the correct term is. I'm going to try not to babble into a GoPro, but I think I already failed that. So, yeah, you'll hear from me again soon. Maybe. All right, I'm in my final stretches here. I'm at 14 point something miles, and that's just what's on all trails. Remember, I put in about 1.5 miles or so, give or take, just to get to the trailhead. So I'm probably over 15, maybe even towards 16 at this point. And I'm tired. I want to go home. I'm out of water, so I'm thirsty. I want to get a drink. I want to eat food, and I want to be done with this for the rest of the night. However, I will tell you that I absolutely love doing things like this. I love breaking myself down, building myself back up the next day. Why? Because I have messed up hobbies. But let's go ahead and give our trail rating, our misery index, all that standard business. So I'm gonna give this one on a scale of 1 being the most miserable thing for introverts. Miserable thing, excuse me. I'm mumbling because I'm exhausted. And that would be equivalent to Disneyland on the 4th of July, which is literally like just the worst biblical hell. Beyond that, I mean, as I've said in the past, the book of Revelations has nothing on Disneyland on the 4th of July. So the scale goes up to 10. 10 being the heaven-sent snowfield in the middle of Antarctica with just you and the penguins. That is the best, greatest thing ever. Glory be to penguins. So on that scale, I'm giving this trail about a 4. The trail itself is relatively people-free most of the way. The problem, of course, is I was next to a very busy lake and I had to listen to Baby Shark. The introverted hiker does not like listening to Baby Shark, especially when the small children behind him who are hiking on the trail behind him start singing along. So, points deduced, but overall, not terrible. This is a challenging trail because of its length, not its, ups and downs or anything like that. And then of course, we have the misery index. Most of the time, on a scale of 1 to 5, 5 being the worst, 1 being completely mythical because I am always miserable to some degree. I was at about a 3, and I'm miserable now because the sun's in my eyes. But yeah, sometimes it went higher, sometimes lower, but there were just enough people here to make it relatively miserable. So I'm gonna keep this short because I am exhausted. But those are our ratings, those are our scales. Let's go. All right, folks, I'm in the last grueling stretch, and I say grueling because after 15 miles or so, they're making me go uphill. I would have loved that 10 miles ago, but right now, I just want to be home. So, I've probably got about half a mile left. I'll get that powered out, and then I am indeed going home. So let's recap. We saw Folsom Lake. We saw it overflowing on the trail. We saw way too many damn people on boats. We saw a fairly marginal amount of people on the trails, but we unfortunately got to hear Baby Shark from the lake, and that was awful. But we got to see some beautiful wildflowers. We got to go through some beautiful woods. We got to see the lake, the river, and pretty much the entire area from Granite Bay up to Auburn. And that's got to be worth something. So, you know what's coming. I'm actually going to stand here because the sun's in that direction. Stay introverted, everyone. And I'll see you in the next adventure.